Whiskers twitched, tiny paws patting the cold, metallic surface. A soft, mournful mew escaped the tiny kitten's lips, a single tear rolling down his soft, velvety cheek. He stared at the glowing screen, his amber eyes wide with a sadness that seemed to swallow the light from the phone. The humans in the house, oblivious to the depth of his grief, assumed it was just another case of kitten-induced drama. They tried to distract him with toys, cuddles, and even tuna, but nothing could soothe the ache in his heart. They couldn't understand why the kitten refused to leave the phone, his head resting on it, his tiny body trembling. The truth was, the phone wasn't just a phone to the kitten. It was a lifeline, a window into his world. He'd been adopted by a young woman named Sarah, who had always been his constant companion. She'd found him as a stray, a shivering ball of fur, and had loved him with a fierce devotion. But a few days ago, Sarah had left on a business trip, leaving him with her roommate, Emily. Emily had no idea that Sarah had given the kitten a phone, one she'd set up with a video call. The kitten, in his innocent kitten way, had learned to navigate the phone. He'd discovered the magic of the screen, the warm glow that reflected Sarah's smiling face. He'd heard her soothing voice, whispering words of love and longing. But now, the screen was dark. No smiling face, no loving voice. Just a cold, empty screen that mirrored the emptiness in his heart. He didn't understand why Sarah was gone, why the screen was silent. All he knew was the ache, the desperate yearning for her presence. Emily, noticing the kitten's unrelenting sorrow, took the phone away, assuming he was simply bored. The kitten's mew became a desperate wail, echoing through the empty apartment. He meowed and meowed, but no one understood his silent plea. Later that night, as Emily was settling down to read, she noticed a new message pop up on her phone. A voice note from Sarah. She pressed play, and Sarah's voice, soft and full of longing, filled the room. "I miss you, Whiskers," she said, her voice filled with a love that resonated through the speaker. "Emily, please tell Whiskers I'm coming home soon. Tell him I love him." Emily's eyes widened, her gaze falling on the kitten, who was staring at her, his amber eyes filled with a desperate hope. It dawned on her then. The phone wasn't a toy, it was a communication tool, a link between Sarah and the little soul she cherished. She picked up the kitten, holding him close. "Don't worry, Whiskers," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "I understand now. Sarah is coming home, and you'll see her again soon."